Alright, test, test, test. Alright, test, test, test. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know in the chat. Make sure it's all coming through right. Audio is always weird. You never know. Cool. Alright, this stream is intended to be for uneducational purposes only. It's not intended to be used as financial advice. Everything we're looking at here is securities. It's going to be banned. It's very illegal, so we're just hypothetically going to look at stuff in the eyes of Gary Gensler and what they would think about these potential Ponzi scheme. Hucksters, I believe is what he calls it. So all this stuff is huckster material, so don't pay attention to it. We're just going to look at colors and see which way we think the colors may go, right? So welcome, Rainbow Trend Stream, Rainbow Runner, checking in on you guys. Checking in on everything here. Test, test, test. What's up, Fletch? What's AoE? I think we got Doppel in the house. And Moongoon. What's up, dudes? Glad you're here. Impromptu stream, as always. Gonna be going out on vacation this weekend. So I'm gonna be road tripping probably Thursday or Friday. And be back Tuesday. But I only have a laptop on me. And if you don't know, even though streaming doesn't look like it's labor intensive for your computer, man, it destroys the laptops I normally do my coding on. I've tried it a few times, even with the quad core laptops. It is brutal on them, and I'm not really sure why, because when I do streaming like on the desktop, it doesn't stress the system out at all, so I'm not real sure why, but whatever. Even now we're dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so for the 0 viewers on YouTube, what's up? We'll see how it goes. Let me see. I think we're all zeroed out. That's zeroed. That's default. I'm gonna get RSI prints. It's gonna be a little noisy with those, but yeah. So, Bitcoin has been rallying. Let me turn the reversion bands off, actually. Here it is. So I just want to look at this on like a higher time frame. I guess you should zoom out real quick. Let me turn off, actually, I just made it messier, but let me turn off RSI. Marker, I want the markers. I just want the indicators. So the runner bot is a bit less aggressive as the RSI tools, but you kind of get the point. We run them both. It's just kind of hard to present. It looks kind of trashy unless you're really used to it, but I say trashy, it just looks like a mess when I put it on screen. But for the most part here, we can go to 12 hour. Still looks good. We pumped back up to the top of the range. Let me put the fitness back on. And now we are moving on the coattails of kind of like the BlackRock announcement. Even if that's like not the real reason why it's pumping, whales are going to run off the news, and that's the best news we got right now, right? So whatever, don't care. BlackRock's a big titan. Fidelity announced today that they're going to apply for spot ETF as well, so it's looking like it might be a possibility that some spot ETFs get approved. The big thing is right now that they're talking about is there's a decent chance Silbert pulls off the spot ETF in court, and to kind of lessen the blow, Gary may be doing damage control right now is kind of what they're saying, so they might start approving spot ETF Bitcoin applications just to kind of make the that loss in court sting a little less, right? So they just approved a 2x leveraged ETF with some random company. Fidelity's getting involved, so is BlackRock. So it's all the institutional news that we were dreaming of back in like 2017 is like happening. So yay. 5 years later is what it is. Price is still higher though, so that's cool. We were below 20k for a bit, albeit not for too long, but it's good to see prices going. But for the most part, 30k is a very, very important number. Very, very, very important number. There's double pivots back here from the capitulation, and this was lights out Deathwick from the first 60k run, 65-ish k. This is the candle that shut down FTX, shut down Kraken, I don't know if it shut down Kraken, but it knocked Coinbase offline, knocked a lot of people offline. And then we traded this awful range until we pivoted up and the freaking colors started painting again. People forget these pivots here at like 29, 30k. And then we had this action order block here. Now remember, this is where Elon Musk sold almost all of his crypto in SpaceX. He still owns his personal stuff, but SpaceX sold this. And on the lower time frames, there are pivots loaded up in here. That is right where we're at now. This range. And we're sitting at the top. We had a fade here. We came up, we printed a higher high. We got above 30k, but volume didn't come through. No bulls really showed up. We just kind of wicked above it, and then we've kind of faded. And then it started looking really grim. You can kind of see like we were channel walking down. I normally watch channel walks going up, but this was pretty clear too. Call it a whoop, call it a wedge, call it whatever you want. Wasn't looking good, and we got down to this double pivot here at 25k, which has marked both the peaks here and here. Very key level, 25k. We wicked right below it, and then BlackRock news hit, and then we went full send. And we went full send until we hit resistance. And look at the RSI prints, particularly here at like 4K on the 4 hour. Really strong colors too. I believe this is zeroed out. It is zeroed out. All the way to purple. We got white RSI prints. This was all the BlackRock news here, these candles, and it was just white RSI. Bam, 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 bam. And then you can see the RSI started fading. The RSI stopped here, and then we got a top signal on the bot. So the bot saw the fade as well. And if you turn on the RSI tops, you will get one as well. Here. So 2 top confirmations, and they're sitting right on the 31,000 pivot. And you can see like we managed to just barely get above here, probably liquidate some shorts. Came back here, bounced. But we've got that. Bam, bam, bam. Pivot, 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 and it's not breaking above it. Now, we have to be careful of a BART, because this looks like the textbook BART setups that we talk about. Hold on, Fletch. What do you say? Just searched for you on YouTube and got an ad for 144. There you go. 144 inch table. That's gigantic. That's the magical shark number too, by the way. You break 12 foot. That's the golden threshold of a shark fisherman, is breaking 12 foot. Not 10, you gotta break 12. So anyway, that's where we're at. And we're just kind of fading. Now today, the past few days, we've been kind of grinding up here, right? And we got another swing at it. So be cautiously optimistic. Right now, we're gonna have to, like, if you want to trade this, you know, forget all the news, forget all these pumps, forget that we've been moving up, right? If you just look at this is something normally where I would say risk off. This is likely a BART setup, right? Bart Simpson, fun stuff. Good technical, all right? But if this is the end of a trading range and we're about to break out, this can be your moment where this stuff breaks out and goes, right? And starts going crazy and it starts walking up. Either way, it's not going to punish you to be late on that. So you can just chill out. Ride the lightning. Let it go. So, since Doppel's here, I tried one more time on the Crunchwrap Supreme. I just couldn't get it. I tried getting rid of the nacho cheese. I went to shredded cheese and I added the creamy jalapeno sauce, which I love, and it was mid. Sorry, it's truth. It's truth. Crunchwrap Supremes, that's where it's at. So now that Doppel's proper pissed. We can move on. Oh, so yeah, that's a fat stack of pivots below though. Don't fade that. No full Bart. It's bait. So you Doppel, you think it's gonna pull back and lower? Excuse me. I'm still got a bit of a cough. You can't go wrong with the Crunch Wraps. They're expensive though, man. You talk about inflation, like you used to be able to do some real dumb stuff with 10 or 12 bucks at Taco Bell. It's not the case anymore. You can get 2 tacos and a drink for 12 bucks, and then they're gonna ask if you want to round it up for Boys and Girls Club, which, shout out to Boys and Girls Club. You should round up your Crunch Wraps. My wife used to volunteer for them back in college. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So there's a big fat stack of pivots here, like he said, 25, 26k. We could easily bounce off that. We've got a double pivot here. Either way, really set some alerts for him up here. We break 32k, it's gonna get dumb. Like, people are gonna start getting real dumb with it. Especially if we start getting money to like fade out of Bitcoin Cash, which is what, doubled in 7 days, doubled in price, 100% move. So, but either way, in my opinion, 31k is kind of the last kind of range here, and then we're gonna start doing weird stuff. Past that, I have no idea. I don't want to call that we're gonna go to all-time highs before the halving. That just seems really off-put to me. But stranger things have happened. You know, I don't know how bullish you want to get. Either way, I'm just going to watch the colors. And if we really get into a trend, don't tell the Ichimoku cloud guys. I'll just start watching the cloud, right? In the past, that's a really easy one. Or if you just want to make it really, really simple, turn on Channel Walker and go to like 2-day or 3-day. If we really start getting stupid on a bull run, just watch the Channel Walker on high time frames. You can ignore a lot of stuff and like not stress out about anything. This stresses people out. You just wait for this thing to flip red or yellow, right? You can catch a lot of the moves if we start going parabolic and getting real stupid. But right now we're not there yet. We're bouncing in between it, right? We haven't pulled ourselves out of this ditch yet. We're getting close to it and we're showing signs of life, which is nice. So, I like that. Let me go cloud only, Josh Olowicz. Same thing here, right? Daily cloud. When we're bull running, dude, ride this thing. This is like simple stuff. Like, this is where your OGs really come out and they just like don't really care about the daily action. They're just waiting for this thing to massively turn, right? You can do a lot of damage. I mean, this thing stayed green from May 2020. When I say green, they stayed above it May 2020, a little there, but we didn't really break below it till for 12 months. All right. So here's your 13.5k run. Now this is something we may get, and we'll talk about that in a second. And this did run. It just didn't show it on the data. We may be doing a 13.5k run here. You could argue that this is happening, this type of setup here with this type of break above the Channel Walker tool here. In my opinion, the Channel Walker is a little cleaner to read than the Ichimoku, but they both work and they're not based on anything that's related, so it's kind of cool to see both. But right now you can see the daily. We're not really rocking above this thing yet, but check the weekly cloud. I need to go to BLX for that. Or what's the index now for Bitcoin? BTC market, is it this one? Close to 2014, that's not bad. Please forgive the colors. Rainbow trend colors really got to be pulled back on weekly. You would increase these. Get the colors tuned in, because trading weeklies is kind of hard. Well, it's not hard, it's just the default settings are not tuned for that. Let's take a look at cloud. Custom clouds. Not only Josh. I don't really like that, because that's a late. Wait a minute, this is This is market cap. I'm talking like an idiot. Hey, hold on. Now we're looking weekly Bitcoin. Let me get these numbers back up again, just because they're not. Just cranking these up with the mouse wheel. Hold on. Some semblance of normalcy on this type of zoomed out. So normally I'll just look at dailies, but so the weekly. Just look at today. Edge to edge, 40k, maybe 42. Would be sick. What was this? This was a pullback. I need to turn that. That's what I need off. So the 13.5k rally was 31% off the all-time high. $47K would be the 30% if we did a 13.5 type rally. Not bad. We can check the normal cloud too. So it's already edge to edge on the normal. Shout out Josh Olowitz, Carpe Noctem. Show him some love. He's an OG. That's cool. Thank you to Apple. So, another thing we obviously need to talk about is Bitcoin Cash. Because I, on a personal note, do not like Roger Ver. I don't like that the dude spent years single-handedly trying to kill Bitcoin. Bruce Fraser's point and figure target. Wow, Fletch. 47 would be sick. So, like I said, I'm not a Bcash guy. I don't like Ver at all. But frankly, this is one of the dumbest runs I've seen in a long time. And this is not something we would see back in the bear market back in like 2018. There was not stuff like this. So we had a bunch of chop for a while, and it's hard to get all this in one chart. I'm pretty sure I'm on Logarithmic. Shout out to the YouTube dude showing up. We got 2 in the chat. We're also streaming on Twitch, which I think is banned now. Are you not allowed to dual stream anymore? I don't know if it's true. Maybe that's just for partners. I don't have any partners with any of that stuff. I don't want any. Don't send any money to them. Go send it to a dog shelter. We are Logarithmic. But anyway, the main point I wanted to show here, because this came up in the chat recently, I wanted to show the machine learning reversion bands, as well as turn off these pivots real quick. But with all things, when we are trading altcoins, that's an impulse. This is what I call impulses. This is stuff you see on like SHIB, right? Bcash has not had volume like this since what? ICO days? 2017, 21. I don't know why. Well, all-time high runs, but you get the point. It's been a ghost land for a while. This is a message. Now, Doppel says it's going to get listed. What was it on EDX? She said something. I haven't got to look at that yet. I'm not real familiar with it, but something tells me this isn't related to a simple listing. People are going crazy. So I haven't seen something that makes a lot of noise, but if you're new to Rainbow Trends, these are our normal reversion bands. This is a free tool. One of our most popular tools, also free. You can get it on the website. This is the machine learning bands. And no, I'm not going to rebrand it as AI. Although, training a chat GPT thing with like some random Rainbow Trends questions would be kind of cool. It's just straight up pink. And it's straight up in the machine learning reversion bands, and it's holding. Frankly, the the coding is actually pulling the data up to try to handle Bcash. Bcash is ungodly right now. It is up 130% in a week. So maybe Ver's still in it. Maybe Ver's still got it going. Who knows? You normally don't see this. Like, when was the last time Bcash even touched the blue? 2021. It's been a while, right? This is all-time high stuff. Like, we haven't really done this. And you can see this is the initial point of contact where the machine learning started taking over. See where they had the first blowout with these rainbow or these well prints, and then you can see that the learning started kicking off here. So it remembers how strong stuff is, and then it blew out here again, and you can see the machine learning adjusting again once more. So this thing whooped my butt, so I'm kind of proud of it because it's really cool. Because you want to look at a chart blindly and say where is literally the never been done before territory. That's what this thing is for. Your red and greens are going to catch 80 to 90% of your normal reversions, and then the machine learning ones, the orange and the blues, is going to help you hang with the never been done before area. So literally, Bitcoin Cash in its entire history has never hung in this level, right? Never been done before. So it's only a matter of time. It can't sustain this, but I haven't seen the reason or the rhyme or logic why this thing is rocking so hard. Shout out to Pixa. We are working on the upgrade. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in the current code. I might have to drop it as a separate indicator, but he's requested that we make an automated alert when clusters of well prints print. So when you see X amount of well prints and X amount of candles, it'll just start saying, hey, alert, 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 and sending you emails, which alerts are not trapezoids, but you get the point. Because what we're seeing on a lot of these runs, we're seeing clusters of well prints and then they just go. And this is stuff we see on altcoins a lot, right? So check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4 well prints. Let me turn Channel Walker off so it's a little clearer. Oh. By the way, YouTube, can you guys confirm it looks and sounds okay? I know Discord's working okay right now, but anyway. But that's what we want to see. Chop, 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 and then you want to see a slight curve. And you want to see it moving up, right? Wake up if you see that. That's whales pushing it into a range. So. I didn't... Let me see. Yeah, I can. Hold on, Fletch. Shout out to Fletch. It looks like he's back in business. He's been a little more active lately. Went quiet for a while, got a little scared. So yeah. And we're pinging tops on the 1 hour, but 2 hour, but it's so choppy, it's going to trigger a lot of stuff. But volume is still just insane. We'll figure out why. It's over, bears. Yeah. Bears get really small windows. That's it. Get your 80% drop, and then it'll run 1,000%. So anyway, this is weird to me for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons why it's throwing me off is I don't like it, so I'm emotional. But like the other part too is Ethereum's just going sideways. Bitcoin is printing higher lows. Ethereum is not. And typically what you see is the Bitcoin pump and then goes sideways. Everyone bowed to the king, right? Because when Bitcoin was running on the BlackRock news, like nothing was outrunning it. It was like the highest thing on the charts that day if you looked inside like the top 50 coins. Yes, you're going to get like top 800 coins somewhere in there pumping hard, but it's going. So I'm wanting to say Ethereum's not dead. It's just lagging, but excuse me. Oh, still a little sick. These are my targets for the Ethereum run. And we had a bottom here, albeit it was on the RSI tool. Don't make me a liar. Yeah, there we go. So we tagged these on, I think it's 6 hour was the bottom. Yeah. If you go to 6 hour, it was cleaner, but anyway. But we got this as well on Bitcoin today. A top signal, S&P 500 got a top signal in H4. Same exact setup. It might be bait. It might drop right back down and do something. We don't know yet. What I'd like to do is get this party going and retake this level. For whatever reason, 1920 is the pivot. It's not 2000, it's 1920. I don't know why, but that's been the pain. And there's been a lot of times where it's just bounce, bounce. 1920 is heavily contested by the whales. I don't know why. Maybe they're front running 2000. But we failed to get through it here. And it came down, did an inverted head and shoulders, and then there's your whale prints going. Gone. Now this was chasing the Bitcoin news, so we have to chill out, but if we're on target, the next things that we're like going to be going for is here. Target 2, target 3. And if we break target 3, rock and roll. Vitalik's amazing. We don't care. You could be an F maxi, you could be a Bitcoin maxi. I like both. You're not gonna lose liking two things, is what it is. I also like Zcash, so there's always that one, right? But yeah, I don't really know why this isn't pumping yet. Why Bcash is up 100% and this is up like 15, 20. It's odd to me. With that being said, though, a lot of stuff right now, especially in the top 100, is moving back and forth. What is up, Pantalaga? Long time no see. No probs. Opana Mikwe? What's up, dudes? So I'm keeping an eye on this one too. Frankly, I don't like this pump up and then fade out, but a lot of whale prints came in here on the BlackRock news. And if BlackRock's going to send the party, the ETF news, we'll see. I think allegedly we're looking at having some of this court case wrapped up. The rumors that I keep hearing is like August, at least some of them. You got to remember the SEC is fighting a lot of people right now. You got Silbert involved, you've got XRP, and then you've got all the people that are lining up to apply for the ETFs and stuff, right? So they're busy. Gensler's got a lot of stuff. And frankly, as mouthy as Gensler was the beginning of this month, he hadn't said much since BlackRock stepped in. Frankly, Congress answers to BlackRock, so maybe someone high up in government finally called Gensler and said, "Hey, bro, chill out." Uh-oh. Fletch is right. I always forget to do that. 27-23. Corrected. Thank you, Fletch. Earning your... letting everybody know why you've got the special one-off colors in the Discord. But a lot of things I need to cover here is some of the lower caps. And I wanted to show this because this actually has been getting a lot of attention because this was something I don't get to trade it all the time, but when I do, it's usually like a free lunch is the way I say it. You can... I gotta be careful with wording here. It's not a 100% trade, but the odds are damn sure in your favor if you're bidding these white color rotations into this reversion band. The deeper you go into the band, the more likely you're going to get the bounce. There's always exceptions to that rule. There's Luna. Okay. I don't know. There you go. We got. We got the bot. I don't even see a candle here. Oh, it's that one. Yeah. Anyway, there is exceptions to the rules. If you get rugged, all bets are off. All bets are off, right? But you can, once you get a feel for your whales, get these entries nailed on these reversion band bounces. And there's a lot of stuff here. So let me kind of break this down one by one. First off is the reversion bands. Get rid of watermark. There you go. We can forget volume for now. Volume doesn't matter on these. Especially since these type of alts, the volume is going to get a little wonky on depending on what exchange it is. Like some alts just don't have liquidity. You can see here, typically, when you get into this band, eventually the bears will get exhausted and it'll bounce back. Some type of way, right? We're looking at 4 hour Zcash. Zcash is real bouncy. Bounce. Big capitulation. Now here's one where you would have to eat your stops, right? Bounce up, but not all the way. You still got to bounce up, but you would have had to bid that down all the way and not jumped it too early. That would have been hard not to get faked out. But regardless, you get the point. Majority of these bounce in some form or fashion. That one did not. Kind of tried, but it faded. But you could have gotten into that and stop loss it accordingly, right? But yeah, this is what we want. Bounce up, bounce up. You'll get some type of reaction, right? There's some super capitulation back in 21. You get the point. If you're changing just this reversion band, which is the free tool, you've got a really, really good odd-on timing. You have an advantage to knowing where something's going to bounce. Because if you look at it like this, good luck telling where this stuff's going to bounce. It's not obvious. And it's not supposed to be obvious. That's just part of it. Right? You're supposed to get shoot up. But whales are pretty consistent in the major coins. They have strengths. Your Zcash bears typically won't touch these levels. Right? They can routinely hit this channel. They can occasionally get into the standard deviation below that, right? But you can get these opportunities. And the thing is you don't need to overtrade. You need to just wait for this stuff to happen. Let it print, right? At the end of the day, look at this. We've had 3 bounces on this. One was in November 2022. The other one was in March 23rd. And then the recent one was in June, right? 3 or 4 months between these bounces. But the key point here is I wanted to make it. You've got 40% normally to play with on a bunch of these alts. I don't care who you are. If you can knock out a handful of 40% trades, you've got to trade like a dozen trades to turn $1,000 into $1 million. Like, you can get pretty stupid with this, right? So there's a lot of people that want to focus and make day trading this type of chop like sexy. It's easier to wait for them to drop the money on the floor and then you be ready to pick it up, in my opinion. So shout out to Altcoin Psycho. He has the best words for this type of stuff. So second thing, so I'm going to walk you through how to compound these, right? You've got the reversion band bounce, right? And then we can look at colors. So let's look at just candles. So I'm going to turn off whale prints. Just type in a bunch of 99s there and it'll disappear, or you can go back in the style and you can turn them off here, but it's easier just to type 99. Opana, what language software do you use to make your bots? I'd like to code my own. I don't recommend coding because it's very frustrating, but this is all in PineScript. JavaScript is way superior, as is Python. So, do you see the consistency here as well for these whales? See this white to yellow, white to yellow, white to yellow, right? Now this is just looking at Zcash. This is a coin that I know very, very well. Is it a very, very amazing tokenomics? No. Is it really consistent in mean reversions? Yes. That's why I like it so much. So you should get really in tune with seeing this color rotation. It's the same story over and over again. You don't see it often, but when it does rotate, it tends to pop back, right? So that's how you're going to spot the color rotation on the candles. So that's the mean reversion candles, color rotation candles, right? The next one is RSI. So when we turn on this tool, and let me turn off the automated bots signals. There you go. And we'll just start focusing on these three. So you'll notice there are no purple X's anywhere here except capitulation events, right? Here we even got a pink. Pink is the strongest. So if you look at the rainbow trend colors for RSI, the colors is green, blue, purple, pink. Green to blues to purple to pink, and then they rotate it out. The first candle they quit printing RSIs on was this one. Now if you waited for that to close, it would have been 38. Now this is looking at 4 hours, right? So when you're watching the color rotations, oftentimes I'll drop down to like 2 hours, but for the point here, we're catching the RSI colors as well. This drop, we got one purple and some blues. And then that is your first candle without an RSI print. That's telling you they're done pushing. Same thing here. Right? The whales can only print RSIs for a limited time. They can print a bunch of green and blues, but they can't print a bunch of pink and purples. So they're pretty far extended when they hit pinks and purples here, and that's what happened, right? And then that is your first candle with no more RSI prints. And you got damn near close to the bottom. It is now, these wicks here are really stupid hard to catch. Frankly, by the time you notice it, they're usually gone. Unless you had an order there or a bot, you're probably not going to catch it. But regardless, so now let's apply all three of these things over the top of each other. And by the way, if you're enjoying this stream, please like and retweet the announcement tweet. I'll throw it in the chat. Trying to take this a little more seriously. I'll throw it in the chat on YouTube too. So anyway, please like and retweet that. Get the count as high as we can. Show people the love of rainbow. Then we can turn on the main candles and then the reversion bands. And I hope this sticks out. Color rotation on the candles inside a reversion band. At least purples and pinks on the RSI. Boom, boom, boom. 43% move on something that people consider a trash coin, right? Same thing here. Boom, boom, boom. Trash coin. Trash coin went 45%. Right? Here's the latest one. And it actually touched the other side of the reversion band. If you're really lucky, right? If you're lucky, it'll hit this other side. But it's... Do you want to get lucky to get another 10-20% out of a 40% move? The odds are really not in your favor at that point, in all honesty. It just is what it is. So find some reason to sell it or lock it in, and you can figure it out. Because a lot of these, even these bounces that we're looking at, this was overall a downtrend. So we didn't get these bounces where it bounced and then it just started going up, right? And you could ride it. We had to get in, we had to get out, and there was a lot of stuff to play with. And this is all in like technical trading, bad year to trade. Like this has been really, really choppy. But that's a 40% runs. So, you know, 2 of those happened in 2023. But I mean, realistically, if you'd have nailed 2 30% runs, in the past 6 months, like you're out trading like 90% of the people that are LARPing on Twitter. So be patient, be boring, wait for it to paint. So let's show an example of this and try to walk you guys through it. Let's go look at XLM. Kind of a random coin no one talks about nowadays, right? This is chalk and really, really hard to see, right? I mean, maybe you can spot it. It's hard for me to tell what are the bottoms, right? But let's start layering in the tools. So first thing is reversion bands. Boom. We have a tag there, a tag there, a tag there, no tag here. And we can start walking through these. Let me try it on a lower time frame actually and see if it touched it. No, it didn't. Interesting. Then we can apply our colors. I'm sorry, our RSIs. And you can see we have the same touch of this channel with the RSIs, and we got a major bounce up. Now this one shot up, kind of had an automatic reaction, then drifted off, and you would have had to have probably stop loss that if you didn't take that hit. This one, we're gonna go that deep. Let me turn on the candles too. So you can see we have the whites here as well. White 4-hour candles pushing into the reversion band, bounce, bounce. This one in particular went, it's just XLN went 48%, right? There's a lot of damage you could have touched with that. And then this one bounced as well. 30%. So I'm not saying don't try to get 50% of this. You're not going to catch the wick. You can't catch that. But you can get some of this and play, right? And that's the whole point. Especially if you go on to like lower time frames and you adjust your tuning. I want to go back to that same spot. You can catch the RSIs on the lower time frames and try to get like a better entry. I think I may have gone too far. Nope, there it is. Right? So it's a little less wicky on the 1 hour, but those would have been like your first range to catch. And then you had it's a higher low with lower RSI colors. The other cool thing here is you see the whites and the pinks and stuff, and then this goes to no whites. And it was higher level. And it wasn't as deep into the reversion band. You can see how this one went through it. So that's kind of a bullish double tap. Or not a bullish, but it's showing me support. But regardless, you can get to lower time frames and kind of catch those. Same thing up here. And then there was the other one that bounced. So I hope that makes sense. If not, please bombard me with questions. So anyway. What was another one that's been going on? Link was another one, I think. We go hunt Link down. Link kind of lost an accumulation range, and then it's been bouncing. Yeah, there she is. So there's your free meal again. White candles, check. Purples and pink RSI, check. Inside the reversion band, check. Full send. 33%. On a dead coin, right? Like something people don't consider like an active coin worth a damn, right? So that is your reversion bounce 101 with Rainbow Trends. Ah, I forgot. You can also add the runner bot. You're gonna get confluence from the runner bot, especially like the lower the time frame you go. It's gonna get sensitive going down when you go to lower time frames. Like you can see a bottom print here. But you can see we got a bottom print here after touching the reversion band rainbow, and that's kind of like what I want to see. You can also get the RSI prints to do similar. Right? Look for these RSI bottoms on these. Let's go back to Zcash. Zcash had a nice one. Yeah. So you see the cluster of RSIs. Now the RSI tool is not going to look for pinks and purples. It's just going to look for the cluster to finally stop printing, and this was the first candle that quit printing. So that's where that's at. And then this is the secondary reversion band, or not reversion band, the runner bot saying, hey, I see that this is turning, right? So I really like 4 hours for tops, but this has been pretty choppy. But even then, those type of bottoms to that top, that's still a nice trade. 12%. Like I said, if you're doing anything double digits on spot, dude, you're killing it. Don't feel bad getting 10% trade out of something that moved 40. You got your gains. Shoot, is Ethereum breaking down? Let's take a look at Ethereum Classic, by the way. Ethereum Classic. Wow. So Ethereum Classic did the edge to edge, which is super cool. We got a pink candle, albeit that is a ridiculous white candle, a single 4 hour that went that damn deep. She went 57%, so almost 60% run edge to edge. It'd have been hard to catch it inside that reversion band, but it did wick it. Yeah. So you can see, typically, we haven't seen it in a very long time. Like, this is August 2022. We haven't seen anything touch this standard deviation line. So pretty much anytime you hit that thing, we were getting bounces for the most part, even if it was in a downtrend. So like, you're gonna have to protect yourself, but oftentimes you can still get these bounces even in a downtrend. Like that right there is 30%. So you can't be lackluster, but you can get in position and protect it smart. Apply simple risk management to it. And if you get it right and you get the full reversion, you can do a lot of damage. And that's the point. Just do some damage and get out. So anyway, I'm going to do some write-ups on these. I hope that makes sense. I've been trying to explain these in the Discord. We've caught a lot of stuff in the Discord. I think I posted like 8 charts of alts that were doing this and saying, hey, these are going to mean revert. Pick your poison, figure out your setup. This one's beautiful. Hasn't made it to the other side yet, but still, check how much action that was. 40%, it still hasn't really popped yet. Albeit, we did get a top signal, so take it for what it's worth. Let's look at 2 hour. Yeah. Yeah, so on 2 hour, you could have seen the rotation from pink to purple there. And it's even, the lower the time frame you go, the even harder it is to get these pinks and purples. So seeing it on 2 hour, that's been really sweet. And this would have been the first candle with that closed without an RSI print. So if you wrote that, 20% potential, just great, right? Not everyone is 100x leveraged and posting 2000% P&Ls. A lot of people want to make you think they're trading size on that type of leverage, and it's just not the case. Take it for what it's worth. You'll find out a lot of people LARP. Even people with like 6-figure Twitter accounts you think are OG. They're not leverage trading stuff at 100x on 6-figure entries. I can tell you that. But if they are, they're not going to do it for long. Yeah. This was the one I posted, Neo. Neo blew out earlier than everybody else, and then at full scent. So this one popped early and did a 40% run. So this was the setup we shared in Twitter, or not Twitter. Well, I don't know if I did on Twitter, but in the Discord, free Discord, by the way. No paywalls. Go check us out. We caught this pattern, was like, hey, a bunch of these alts are going to do the same, and we started finding all the alts that hadn't done it yet. Or at least quite a few of them. Yeah, check out Uniswap. Damn. And kind of clued in the Rainbow crew on these setups that we're setting up to mean revert. Because it was nice. We had a bunch of them all hit like roughly this band on white candles with like purple and pink RSIs. So it gets real interesting if you can just catch the right one, because it's roulette trying to figure out which one's going to pop after, but you never know. And we're kind of having a sell-off right now. Surely this works in Forex, and does it need steady currencies? I haven't seen. That's one of the few things it does struggle with is Forex, because Forex, realistically doesn't move much unless you're talking like Lira. It's real hard to get colors out of Forex. Like here's dailies. I mean maybe, but I don't trade it at all, so I don't have a knack for it. But you would not severely, but you would have to pull back these settings on the paint to get it to start looking right. So this is daily. Let's just, well, I think 4XP is a pretty low time frame. Let's just try 30 minutes or 15. So it's gonna be like super green. We have some S&P 500 charts available in the Discord for reference for people that are they trade S&P 500 on like 30-second candles, and they actually day trade with size doing that. I actually want to use the exponential. See if I can do this because it's kind of hard. I will say straight up, I can see the RSI is killing it, or like working, but RSI is amazing because it auto adjusts for like every time frame, so you can't really trip it up. Let me try just doing this. Come on. Too much. These guys get really fine tuning. They were actually one of the requests why I had to, there we go. 5's too much, 4.75. So yeah, you can get some color rotations out of this, but the RSI is the main one. You can see this drive stops, fades, higher high with no RSI, weaker colors, then it faded out. Same thing with the RSI bottom there. So if we turn on the bottom indicators, you'll get a bottom here probably. Yeah, RSI bottom. Up top, bottom, bottom. I mean maybe, but what are these? These are not big runs, are they? Yeah, I mean that's 1% run. I mean, there are people that trade this a lot, but that's a lot of sweat to do 1% move in my opinion. I don't know. Try. That actually looks way better. Quarter than that one. Yeah. So I mean, to answer your point, yes, I mean, I don't know of any Forex guys who do rainbow trends, but that's way too sensitive on the pivots. Increase sensitivity. Thin amount. We only want the strong pivots. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's possible. That's a perfect bounce on a pivot with a bottom RSI print, RSI top here on a pivot bounce. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. I mean, to answer your question, does it work on Forex? Yes. Is it easy? No, you're gonna have to spend some time, like I said, fine-tuning this. I'm the author of this, and it took me still, what, 5-10 minutes to get it, but you can, right? So, to answer your question, yes. But it won't be easy, but hell, I don't know what you Forex guys dudes do. Because this stuff looks like it's moving a lot, but these are like 1% moves. It's not like crypto, needless to say. Thank you, Pantalaga. Let me try that on S&P. I just want to see what it looks like on S&P 500. It's probably way violent. No, not really. When you go to these timeframes too, some of the guys adjust the offset. There you go. They adjust the offset. I'm gonna pull that up. I normally look at S&P on 4 hour. That's where I really like it. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, answer your question. Yeah, you can. It's just not going to be out of the box turnkey like a lot of the other stuff. Especially like right now, I'm showing you guys S&P 500 because S&P 500 had a bounce today on one of the automated pivots. And we also got a top signal, so mixed signals here, right? But so we got an RSI drive top here, but as you can see, majority of these H4 tops have been dead on. These in particular, boom, boom, boom. This one, not so much, but for the past 2 years, these tops have been dead on. And we had the one bottom here at 3,600 on the S&P. This is another top we got. And we bounced on the 43.28 pivot, like damn near to the dollar today. Got really close. 43.27 and it's at 43.25, my bad. So we got within $3 of that pivot and it bounced pretty hard. But the H4 top, I'm not a fan of that. Same thing with Bitcoin is if this thing starts, Bitcoin's gonna fall pretty bad. But who knows? Maybe we're gonna keep increasing rates at the next FOMC and the market just keeps rallying. Who knows? Maybe it's the paradigm that we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling and no one really cares. Don't know. Don't care. If it go, I mean, the market keeps going up while we're getting top signals. It's gonna be amazing still. Who cares? Let it print, I guess. Maybe inflation is under control. We just don't know it yet. Let's check oil real quick. Oil is down 67 bucks a barrel, but we're coming up on that pivot. We've been held in this range for a bit above 72. I need to check if there's been any recent OPEC news because it came down with OPEC talking about decreasing production, which is not good and not a sign of a strong economy, but who knows. We're checking oil. I need to check EVs. Nice. So we got an H4 top signal on Tesla. If you know anything about the runner bot we talk about, it is cheating on Tesla. Especially the top signals. More often than not, when Elon announces that him or his brother sold, it normally fires off the day before that announcement, which is pretty cool. But anyway, this was a 80% run. Damn. This one was 100. And check that out. Bottom print way deep in that band. But we'll see if he can do it. In my opinion, that's pretty gnarly. Gnarly of a run. I don't want to long that. Apple is still channel walking. Perfectly dead center of the channel. We want to know when this breaks right, and then we can get out of the way. Extend that a little bit. Probably need to add an alert to that in a little bit. I'm going to check Costco as well. I was checking Google Maps the other day, and I was looking for restaurants that were rated over 4 stars in my area. And one of the top rated restaurants in my area was the Costco food court at 4.8 out of 5 stars. I was quite impressed. Because you can get pizza, hot dogs, and churros, and you're going to get a 4.8, which is just amazing. I probably need to read the actual comments and the reviews. It'd be pretty sweet. But anyway, Costco, wedged, she's breaking out. Pizza pie, $1.50 hot dogs for life. But it's tapping the pivot here at 530. And we want to see if this is our reconfirmation, which would be really, really awesome. So we would love to see it peek its head above, kiss, and then go. Right? So. What's up, server? Yes, gotta love Costco. Their pizza is like their pizza has no business being that good. Like, I don't like Domino's. I don't like Pizza Hut. I don't like a lot of fast pizza. The only like chain pizza I like is like Papa John's. But if you're gonna go Papa John's, it's gonna get pretty damn expensive pretty quick. Costco, I think is, what is it? $10 for a large? No Pantaga. Domino's is not king. Papa John's is. And if you have anything with a wood fire pizza, that's already up top. But anyway, Costco's doing potentially good here. Let me check Disney. I've been super busy at work. I can't comment on the big news that's coming. Might be able to next week. Don't know yet. Disney got another bounce with a higher low. I actually really dig this. So Disney's doing the whole go woke, go broke or whatever. I don't care about politics. Do whatever you want. Just, I hate war. My point is Disney's not going away. I don't think they're going to go bankrupt even if they're making bad decisions. So this is a Fortune 100 company that's been ravishly protested or whatnot, not doing so hot, and it's $90 a share. And it was recently $200 a share. So we could be getting a bottom here. That's a super, super nice thing. Now, Bud Light is definitely taking some of the heat off Disney. So that's one thing. But not going to get into any of those politics, needless to say. But you may be getting a bottom here. Same thing, Target. Target got hit too, with people protesting and boycotting. Target's not going anywhere. So, $132 on Target. Kind of itching to buy some of that because it was raging. And this is something that had a 270 before, right? Now, you Wyckoff guys may say that's the spring, but that's a news event. But, you know, news is what it is. So, anyway, shout out server in the Discord as well, and also Pantalga. Let's go. This is your Domino's chart. Because when I think pizza, I think publicly traded pizza. Empires built on tomatoes, bread, wheat, and breadsticks. So Domino's may be bottoming out. We're going to put some TA on your pasta. Also, Doppel, as mid, the crunch wraps are mid, so is Chicago style pizza. Pizza's not supposed to be 2 inches thick. I'm sorry. You may have left, but I said it. There you go. So, some pretty cool pivots here. You're gonna get crunch wrap targets. You're gonna get your TP1, TP2, TP3 out of this thing, and if you break the range, hats off. Stuffed crust pizza all the way. But it's kind of wedging like Costco did. It just hasn't broken out yet. We want to see this thing stay above this line, this downtrend that they've had for like damn near a year. Break above it, show some support, and go. Alright, Riley, but did you check the monthly on BTC? I don't know if I checked. I think we did. I don't think we did. Monthly's really gonna look bad. Oh man, Domino's on monthly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get you the numbers on monthly, dude. The colors look awful on monthly. It's just not built for this, but I have considered making something that adjusts as the scale, like in a linear format, to adjust this number automatically. But if I apply an update like that, it's going to screw anybody over who's got custom settings saved. I need to go the other way, actually. Yeah, I can't tune that on monthly very easily. And then, frankly, if anybody had any weird time frame settings, like if they were trading 17-hour candles or something like that, it would get weird. But since you brought up the higher time frame, let's go to weekly real quick. Let me turn off the reversion bands. I haven't looked at reversion bands at this time frame in God knows how long. Huh. Holy crap, is this a top signal and I didn't know it? Let me go to OG Binance real quick and double check this. Let me turn off all this other stuff. We may have just stumbled something on in the chat. And thank you for it. Because I was about to turn on the Mayer multiple and I just saw that. Huh. Oh, we don't have the data there. Let me try. There's an index. UTC USD. And I'm capitalized and misspelled it. Caps doesn't matter apparently. Index. USD. All-time history index. Turn off runner bot. So what I'm looking at here and why I'm getting quiet and I'm just studying is there's an area here above the green band in which it rotates back down, and that's the end of the bull run. And you can see it here on the 13.5 as well. End of the run. End of the run. There's no way it works like this. Holy crap. So, Clark Nova, shout out. We just found a macro signal I didn't know existed on the reversion bands. So let me turn. Let me turn these off. I just want to focus on the OG ones. And serious shout out because this is cool. Not gonna lie. I think these are shades of orange. Sorry, you're gonna make fun of me, but I'm partially colorblind. There we go. So this is the free version without the machine learning, right? But check this out. Drives above, fade. When you fade back through that thing, game over. Here, 13.5 rally was parabolic. Same thing. Above it, fade over. Here's the legendary 20K run from hell. Above it, fade over. Same thing. I mean, we're talking 2013. This is 10 years ago when Bitcoin was $130. This is amazing. Let me try daily. You can tell this wasn't planned content. So daily pumped it and then faded through it. 13.5 pumped it, faded through. So daily works as well. 12 hour. I mean, it makes sense. It's just, it kind of made it freaking obvious, which is not, this was not obvious to a lot of people. Jeez, okay. I wonder if I can apply a metric to that as far as like a number. I don't really know. Opana, you want pizza, not bread. True, we had Chicago this week. It wasn't half bad. It's just you eat one piece of pizza that weighs 2 pounds and you're done. This is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. It doesn't look like the Mayer multiple, but it's based on different math, so that makes sense. But like, that's a really cool signal. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna look into that. We'll move on. The one thing I wanted to show was Mirror Multiple, which looks kind of the same. But check this out. We're moving back above the 200, so we're getting into the standard deviations that are higher. Your opportunity to buy this amazing golden pocket, the standard deviation is kind of gone for now. We may not see this again until like the next bear market. And that's fine. We're not going to cry over that. As long as you're buying below the 2.4 per the Mirror Multiple, you're doing all right. When the Bitcoin's above 2.4, there's no damn reason why you should be buying it. Mathematically, the odds are not in your favor. But with that being said, macro-wise, you can see these bottoms we've had. You could argue this is the bottom we faded out. We're now back up into the standard deviations, which I have kind of the 1.2 to 1.6. I just kind of have as a black band before we flip to the other side. So I want to change those colors too. I might do that later with an upgrade. But that's where the Mirror Multiple's at. We're at like 1.2 right now, which is kind of cool. Which, coming out of the COVID pandemic, I was like here before the massive run. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was before the run. After the COVID, then this is the 3,300. That was here before the 13.5 run. And this is one of the reasons why I call the 13.5 so damn parabolic. A lot of people didn't think it was parabolic. It was vertical. And it hit the top bands of this reversion band, which is like what the 20K did, right? Maybe it didn't get that high, but that right there. And look at the 60K run. It was hitting the same areas as the 13.5. So anyway. But yeah. You guys have any questions or any tickers? Because it's getting late where I'm at. I don't have to get some sleep. Catch up with the family. But I can take a few if you guys have anything in particular. If not, we can peace out and talk to you guys later. But all things considered, the streams were pretty sad at 15, 16K. Now we're at 30K. Hope you guys start getting chipper. Hope everyone gets chipper. Oh yeah, someone was mentioning Ethereum the other day on the Mirror Multiple, and I didn't have to look at that. Go Coinbase. Wow. We caught some of that. I remember trading that. Yeah, so that's a little bit more violent, but shit. If you'd have bought that in 198, then went to here. I bet these are the old G days when it was really crazy. Eth is testing my patience, yeah. I mean, the nice thing though is you can just throw it on Coinbase and start staking it and start making 4% a year. It's not much, but you're stacking a big bag, you can get some free cash. I wish I could find better custody with better rates, because Coinbase takes 25% of the mining for themselves, unfortunately. But I don't want to send my crypto somewhere else to get staked and then find out it's ran by Alameda. But anyway. Check Litecoin as well. Litecoin bottom bands works. Mirror Multiple, if you don't know, it's designed for Bitcoin. It's not. It was derived off Bitcoin. It wasn't derived off anything else. Now, some people, some traders have hit me up and said they use this tool on other coins, which is, I mean, it makes sense why it should. It's just the tuning of the specific numbers. If you want to use this on other alts, if you need it, let me know. I can add a 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 standard deviations on there. So let me turn that off and go back to, I want my reversion bands back. Custom clouds, channel walker. Yeah. Whew. I mean, there you go. There's what we were talking about earlier. Purples in the reversion band on white candles. Send it. 60%. That's more than the other alts. Shout out Charlie Lee.
This one bounced too, but it didn't get into the bands and it only printed yellow. Yeah, we're on stock settings. Yeah. That's interesting. This one went all the way to here and didn't print purple on the R side. This one did, and this one bounced. This one didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on 12 hour. My bad. I trained you guys on 4 hour, and I'm sitting here looking at the chart at 12. Yeah, same thing though. Pinks, purples, bounce. Actually got a purple there, and it kissed and bounced, but didn't go deep. Pinks, purples, bounce. Purples. I actually got a pink there. You would have lost this one, but you could have got back in that one and got a decent bounce out of it. Like I said, it's not perfect, but damn, the odds are in your favor. You can catch a knife. Especially if you get to like know the coin. I know Litecoin, but I don't like how non-volatile it is. I'd rather trade Zcash. Albeit nowadays, right now, Litecoin's swinging around more than Zcash, but Zcash consistently will move more. But maybe that's 2022 runner talking, not 2023. Because shoot, 2023 Litecoin's kind of moving. Guy. Yeah, I'm paranoid on Lido as well. Yeah, I was actually had a similar thought process in my talents about Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Kraken's the best, in my opinion. Albeit this is the non-educational channel that looks at colors and securities, but I like Jesse. POGAI USDT. So MEXC has it. This does not have a lot of data. So if you see it looking like that, it's because the tool doesn't have enough candles to figure out what on earth is going on. Reset that. So the tool's not broken, it just doesn't have enough candles to get its GPS location found type deal. So we can go to lower time frames if you want, and that'll help with that, but this thing hasn't been around a long time. I don't remember what exchange we are, but this only goes back to May of this year. This is hard to TA, this is just running. It's a very low cap coin. And it's just sitting here on the blues. So the machine learning bands are trying to keep up with it. This is the first time it broke through the band, and you can see the machine learning going, oh crap, it's a low cap, and it's pulling the machine learning up. But even now it's touching that band again. If it bumps a little higher, this band will even curve higher up. So yeah, it is running. Well, that's what I'm saying is this type of stuff is run it. It's a different type of trade. It's not like trading a top 100 coin. Now, if this thing just keeps running 10,000%, rock and roll, dude. It's just I'm not going to have a terribly good read at it because these whales are more... The smaller the whale, the more violent they are. Yeah. Was it traded on Dexes for a while? So am I spelling it wrong? So it doesn't have F pairs. Huh. I don't know what it is. MEXC has it. Poloniex. BitGet. Oh, I'm sorry. WETH. There it is. RapDeath. It's on Arbitrum. Yeah. Colors are going to be wild. You could tame this stuff, but typically for like Rainbow Trends stuff, what I tell people is like you at least want like a year's worth of data just so you can kind of understand what the whales are capable of, right? Like you can sit there and look back at like 8 years of Litecoin whale data and you can like, okay, this is what normal Litecoin whales do. You don't know who the dominant whales are yet on POGAI, however you say it. They don't even know who's the dominant one yet either too, right? They're fighting over this, so yeah. XLM is still going. Everything else is red on the top 25 right now. YouTube guys can see it. Twitch cannot. Yeah, this might be bait. Doppel may be right again. Shout out to the OGs. Yeah. This is a typical BART, which that's actually a good point. I probably need to do that in the standard setups too. Just got to be careful. They bite hard, because the problem is when this damn thing does turn, it'll go down quick. They normally don't fade. They normally just rip the band-aid off. They can fade, but typically it's pretty quick. So, I want this to hold, though. I'm sorry, this is Bitcoin. Yeah, same thing. Ethereum chart's real similar. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna log out. If you're new here and don't know what's going on, check us out at rainbow-trends.com. You can find all the info about our tools. You can get access to the free tools, and there's all the different videos and stuff you can learn about what each tool does, because I kind of talk about it quickly here. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions or funny stories, just shoot me a DM. Talk to you guys later.